Hello, good evening, and welcome to my channel. My name is Michelle, and thank you for coming in with me this evening. I'm going to do a quick mid-month wrap-up of some of the books I've been listening to and some of the comics that I've been reading. So, without further ado, let's get into this because
I'm going to stop right there. Editor here. Just remember to follow Sunshine Reader at Instagram, TikTok, and join the Book and TV Book Club on Facebook. Link will be in the description. Also, check out these books. They're on Hoopla. Read them now.
the first book I read this month was The Girl the Sea Gave Back. Hello, good evening, and welcome to my channel. My name is Michelle, and thank you for coming in with me this evening. I'm going to do a quick mid-month wrap-up of some of the books I've been listening to and some of the comics that I've been reading. So, without further ado, let's get into this because I don't want this to take too long. And yeah, let's go. Alright, the first book I read this month was The Girl the Sea Gave Back by Otter Adrienne Young. It's about a young lady who was put out to sea when she was a baby by her parents because they thought she was dead. She subsequently washed up on the shore of a completely different tribe further down the shore of the shore of the sea, and she was taken in by that tribe. So the adventure ensues from there, and she also meets a young man who she's immediately drawn to. So there we go. That's a YA novel. The next book I read was the third book in the Glass and Steel series. It's the Apothecary Poison, and this is the series where Matthew Glass has been revived by medical magic, wherein a doctor performed the surgery on him, saved his life, and a wizard or witch magical person tied his life force to a watch. The watch is currently running slower and slower, and therefore Matt Glass, who is the star of this series, is getting tireder and tireder. So he's trying to find the magician who infused the watch so that he can save his life. So this is the third book in that series, and they have heard about a doctor who seems to be able to do magic, and he's using a potion to heal people. So they are off to find him to see if he'll be able to help Matt in any way possible, because the watch is getting weaker and weaker. Alright, so there we go. I also picked up the fourth book, which is The Magician's Diary. In this fourth offering, the man that they were searching for turns out to be Steele, who is the young lady in the book who is helping Matt Glass to if he can find a cure. Grandfather was the one who actually went to America and saved his life using time magic. So they have found him. He was the person they were looking for, and they have found him now, and they realize that he doesn't have the entire cure. So they are off to find another magician doctor to see if he can put together a cure using Kronos time spell and a magician doctor together to see if they can save Matt. And it's getting dire because the watch has gotten slower. It's barely keeping him alive when you use it now. It used to make him stay fit and healthy for days. Now it's down to like maybe every 12 hours he has to use the watch. So we are getting to the end of this series. So that's book 4, The Magician's Diary in the Glass and Steel series by C.J. Archer. It's a very good series. It's set in England. Very, very good. Another book I read, and yes, this time I came with my big towel. So another book I read was Chasing the North Star by Otter, Robert Morgan. It's a slave book where the young man was beaten by his master, and while he was lying there um, recuperating from being beaten, he decided, you know what, I'm not going to take this anymore. I am going to run away. And he proceeds to start off his journey because he's following the North Star to try and get to the north. So off he goes, and on his journey he meets a young lady who, when she meets him, decides that she is also going to run away from her plantation because she's tired of serving the master and being the master's bed warmer. So she's getting out of there. She's getting out of Dodge. Yes, and so the young man companion has had to rescue him a number of different times. So she was he has tried to leave. He tried to leave her behind now quite a few times, but she has always come true for him. And that's Chasing the North Star by Robert Morgan. The final book I finished listening to was When a Stranger Comes to Town, and that's an anthology. That it has 19 short stories. I love anthologies because you can listen to them and read them and get a feel for the authors, how the author writes a book, what the author sounds like, and if a couple of the books are really, really good. They were quite good for short. They were just really, really good short stories. They are some of the most famous authors out now, like S.A. Cosby, Amanda Witt, Alafair Burke. There was even one Indian short story set in India by an Indian author. I don't remember what his name is right now. They were just really, really good. So if you have a chance to pick up the anthology, When a Stranger Comes to Town, it's a murder. I'm gonna say a murder thriller anthology, because all of them, every single one of them had murder in it. So there was one that didn't have a murder in it. That was the one, was the bank robber story. That one was really, really fun. A really, really fun story. Alrighty. Okay, for my comic book reads this month, I did Skyward. This is set in a world without gravity, and the author is Joe Anderson. My next book was a sci-fi and fantasy, Red Band, and this is the book written by Joe Busher, and in this book, murder is legal. So you can they stream murder, they plan how they're gonna set it up, and they televise it all across the country. It's a big money maker with lots of fans and lots of sponsors and everything. So murder is legal. The next book I did was Sweet Tooth, and Sweet Tooth is currently a series on Netflix, so you can watch it there. It's about a time in the US, I would say, when a virus came through. There was a virus 10 years previously, and it killed a lot of people. And they were coming back they are coming together now. They are reforming the town. They are getting over the virus, and the children that are being born are now hybrids, animal and human being. So in this particular one, Sweet Tooth is trying to locate his mother, and he's on the road to, taking the journey to see if he can find his mother. And it's a desperate time out there. Everybody's killing the hybrids. Catching the hybrids is big money. They are big monies for the game hunters because they are weird, and nobody understands where they came from and why they are being born the way they are being born. Alright, so that's Sweet Tooth by Jeff Lemire. The Steam Man, I read issues 1 to 5, and gonna give you one author because it had multiple different authors on it, and the author is Joe R. Lansdale. In the future, giant robots are protecting the world, and everything is running just peachy fine. Until along came this mad, crazed vampire, was decided that he needs to start the apocalypse. So he is here to take over the town, and the Steam Man is not about to let him do any such thing. Alrighty? So that's The Steam Man by Joe R. Lansdale. The other book, I read 3 more books. I read The Shades of Magic, The Steel Prince, and this is the one where Prince Maxim is sent on a dangerous excursion because he's giving his father trouble, because he's trying to explore the magic of the find out about the magic in the other time zones which have already been closed off. This is the series by V.E. Schwab. That might be just the way to say it. Alright, and the next one is Something is Killing the Children, and the author is James. I can't pronounce his last name. His name is James. Let's have this thing. And this young lady is now a monster hunter, and we are following her to see how she turned into the big bad monster hunter that she is, because the monsters were out here killing the children, and she went to monster killing school and learned how to take care of business. Alright, the final book that I read was The Girl Who Owned a City, and this is another book with a virus also. So a deadly virus has killed all the adults in this town, and the children have to fend for themselves. I've read another book like this before, a couple of books like this where the children have to fend for themselves in the books. So in this one, the young lady, what's her name again? Lisa has to take care of her little brother, and she finds herself taking care of it, having to figure out how to take care of all the kids in the town because there's no adults. And as you know, there are bullies around who wants to take what the kids have, take away their food, work them, do whatever. There's always a bully somewhere who wants to pop out of the woodwork and just take over the whole entire place. So Lisa is gonna fix his business right well. Alrighty? That's The Girl Who Owned a City by author O.T. Nelson. Did this one. Alright, those are all the graphic novels that I read so far this month, and the audiobooks that I listened to. Alright, I'm currently reading the two books from my series read. I'm on book 7 of Lee Child's Jack Reacher series, The Persuader, and Walter Mosley, Black Betty, book number 4. Am I at 4 or 5? I always can't remember which one I'm at. This is 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is the Devil in the Blue Dress, Red Death, White Butterfly, and Black Betty. I think I'm liking this one even better than all the rest right now. I'm really enjoying Black Betty. I'm really enjoying Black Betty way better than the one I did before. Alrighty, so thank you for coming in with me tonight and listening to the books that I'm reading. Listen to me chat about the books I'm reading rather. Be well, be blessed, and thank you for watching me. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Love ya.